All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, T. Welcome to the Adventures of TNT. And today we are exploring more Sodom. Now, over the past couple of months, I've been on a Sodom journey. This is sponsored by our patron, Alex, in which he has requested a number of Sodom tracks from different albums, varying from their older work to their newer work. And that's exactly what we're exploring today, in which the songs we're going to be checking out are Code Red, Napalm in the Morning, and City of God. Now, these all come from different eras of Sodom's music. I believe Code Red being the earliest on their 9th or 10th album, self-titled Code Red. And then that's followed up with Napalm in the Morning from their release on their M16. And that's followed with the following album, City of God. And so 3 different songs from 3 different albums. And we're just going to check them out and hear how different or how well the band has progressed or even regressed. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Once again, this is Code Red. All right, let's go. Already sounds mean.
Code Red!
Now, you know what? That is actually the first song on that album. Because of course they have the intro, but it leads into this song right here, and that is how you kick an album off. You kick it off with that energy, aggression, and brutality of metal that metalheads enjoy. Now, something I will say about this band, what I've noticed is that these guys do not let up. From some of the songs that I've listened to in the previous episodes, with their older work in the 80s to the early 90s, they still have that same execution, that same brutality and energy in their music. And in the 90s was a very interesting time for thrash metal because a lot of bands were going soft, so to speak. Yeah, the execution was still tight, but that raw energy and aggression that most people enjoy about this style of music was gone. You can name any band from the big four, and they've all done it. And that's something that I've noticed with Sodom. Like, these guys, they did not switch up at all. I mean, they did change from, more thrashy from their earlier stuff, but in terms of being a little bit more, I guess, easy to listen to or commercial, these guys didn't let up. And a lot of people say the same thing about Slayer. They're like, yo, Slayer, they never changed up. They've always been hard. They've always been aggressive. But no, Slayer had its moments in the mid-90s. They released that new metal album, and it was different. But this came out in 99. And that Code Red, that was just as good of an intro as, what was that song? Rolling Thunder? Oh, man. All right, we're going to go ahead and keep things going. The next song we're going to be checking out is Napalm in the Morning. This is off of their album M16, and I believe this was the follow-up album after Code Red. This came out in 2001. Dang. All right, let's go ahead and check it out. Now, you know what? I think I may have heard this song before because I do a metal stream. Every Friday night at midnight, I host Metal Meltdown here on the Adventures of TNT, and we play metal music all night long, and this is one of those songs that is requested a lot. So let's go ahead and revisit it, and I'll give my thoughts. See, and you know what? And also, these guys, they really do capture, like, if war. They capture war in their music. They do a good job with that. Like, if you were in battle, in war, this is the kind of music you would want to listen to. You could fuck your enemies up.
The fire seems the perfect nude. The carbonized stores are just a part of you.
Damn.
You're gonna die. Unholy evil prophets rise. Fires raining from the endless skies. Can you hear the final thunder roaring? Napalm in the morning. Napalm in the morning. Napalm in the morning. The napalm in the morning. Shiny close to me, smell of gasoline, breathing candy abuse. See the wall of face, the phenomenon rain, competition refused. Training for your life, suffocating crimes, feelings been lost. Dancing in the flames, set your destiny, surrender to God. Unholy evil prophets rise. Fires raining from the endless skies. Can you hear the final thunder roaring? Napalm in the morning. You're gonna die. Unholy evil prophets rise. Fires raining from the endless skies. Can you hear the final thunder roaring? Napalm in the morning. Napalm in the morning. Napalm in the morning. Time of warrior, breaking all the road, fighting back their lives. Show my soul insane, blood for feeding veins, got them like a spine. Action touch the ground, if you're involved, recruitations of wounds. There's some time to waste, special with our grace, that's coming to you. To you.
Oh my god. All right, so this was a little different from, of course, the intro or the Code Red that we listened to before. This song had a little bit more groove. The tempo was a little bit more slow, less aggressive, and it was definitely one of those songs that you actually can listen to. This is a metal song that you can listen to and vibe out to, and actually just jam and bob your head. There's like no real like headbanging all over the place or that like heavy aggression that you usually hear in their music that I was speaking about previously. But they make up for it with the brutality in the lyrics. So this is one of those songs that if you are not paying attention to the lyrics, you can easily just get lost in the jam with it, because even with it, even on the chorus when it's saying napalm in the morning, it's like the way it is, the cadence of it is like, yo, dun 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 dun, and you're jamming to it. But when you actually listen to what he's talking about, they're talking about the brutality of war and being bombed by napalm. So very, very interesting. And of course, this is a middle track. I believe this fell in the middle of the album of M16. So of course, it's it sounds like they were kind of slowing down the tempo compared to other songs like Mind Jumper and some of the other ones that were on that track. But we're gonna go ahead and keep going to our final song. Let's see. This is City of God. This is on the album that came out after M16, which I believe was a self-titled album that was just titled Sodom. This came out in 2006. So let's see how the band has progressed at this point. Oh man. All right, guys. So this was City of God. This is off of the self-titled album Sodom, which is their 11th album. Can you believe that? These guys have been rocking since the mid 80s, and this came out in 2006, and it still goes hard. Like I said, we've been listening to Sodom from the 80s stuff all the way up until now. These guys have not bent, they have not broken themselves. They are still going hard. I thought this was a great song. Like I said, I haven't explored everything from them. Just these few albums. And I think the latest I've done is Decision Day, which was, I think that came out in 2016. I liked it. It was heavy and aggressive. And it's very funny because when I talk to other metalheads in the chat and they talk about their favorite bands from the Big Four, or they talk about how, you know, in the 2000s there wasn't any good thrash, or it kind of lost its edge. Now I know that these guys weren't listening to this band, because it just sounds like Sodom has been incredibly consistent with their sound. I did a reaction to Overkill recently, and it was a Overkill song that came out in 2010 and or 11 or so. Electric Rattlesnake. Now I like Overkill's earlier stuff, but Electric Rattlesnake, it just felt really commercial to me. Didn't have that edge, that grittiness, that the aggressiveness that I love about metal. This did. This is great. I would love to feature some more Sodom, especially on Metal Meltdown. So, of course, guys, make sure you stay tuned for that. I'll leave some links and some information for that down below in the description, so you guys can join us and you can request your favorite songs and more Sodom, of course. So, once again, shout out to our patron Alex for sponsoring this jam session. Guys, I would love to keep Sodom on the channel, so if you have some dope-ass Sodom requests, leave them down below in the comment section. And of course, stay tuned, because we will be doing 3 more Sodom songs in the coming weeks. Anyway, as always, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. That way you can follow me on my journey with this band. Like this video, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.